Bill Skarsgård locked in a car while an ominous yet kinda quirky Anthony Hopkins voice taunts and torments him. I don't know, that's an easy win for me to say I'm in. So Locked, not lock, locked. Past tense. It's directed by David Yarovesky. Pronunciation check. Director of Brightburn. And the premise is exactly as described in the intro of this video, but let's elaborate. Bill Skarsgård plays a criminal, down on his luck, tries to steal from a pretty nice car, but it's the wrong car today. The door shuts, locks, the windows are bulletproof, there's no way to break out. Then a very recognizable Anthony Hopkins voice calls to taunt, torment, lecture. To what point and purpose? To reform or just for the fun of it? Find out in Locked. And you know me, and if you don't, if you're new to this channel, well, welcome. But I enjoy those smaller scale, pulled back, limited location thrillers. Though it's not always a slam dunk as seen with Flight Risk earlier this year. And for the most part, it is interesting, it is engaging, because Bill Skarsgård sells it. He's one of those dudes who came very close to probably having to lecture his agent and be like, that Crow remake was not a smart move. However, a movie like this, pretty solid way to get back on track. I mean, he is a repeat offender criminal who's boosting a car. We're gonna root for him. Why do we root for him? Because we all know the common man can only take so much polka music blaring. I mean, he was a more likable criminal in this movie than he was in The Crow. But there is a sense that there's more to this guy deep down than people see. You know, there's more to him than just the thief. The person who steals or owes people money. There is a classism thing going on here, and sometimes it does get muddied. Sometimes it lands, sometimes it tries to play devil's advocate to the point where it's like, do you have a point? It feels more isolated than some of the other movies that have the structure of the one person in the one location and the person talking to them. You're trapped in a car, it can feel a little claustrophobic, which I actually want to know how they filmed this movie. Especially starting out, there are a lot of panning shots in a car, and I don't know how they did it. Usually if a movie does that and they're faking it, there are, when it rounds a corner, it looks a little artificial, but I didn't notice that this time around. But I enjoyed the back and forth, you know, this voice tormenting someone with platitudes, lectures, polka music, electricity. How else would an old person torment someone? There's some about the details I really like too, you know, to a point where I don't know if they were actually purposefully done, but there were moments that I noticed that I like that it didn't over-explain. Like when the music would blare, it is a touchscreen. There is a pause icon. Could he just pause it? He never tried. At a point, the Anthony Hopkins voice calls in. It just rings like once or twice, but then it just connects. He goes, actually, I don't need you to answer the phone. But after that, anytime he calls, Bill Skarsgård still answers it. It's like the Hopkins character wants him to want to answer it. It's a little darker. It's in the theme of the film. I like that. He's just trying to break this guy. It does jump the shark a bit at a point, but somewhere between Anthony Hopkins at a point he's like, gummy bears. They're so good. I love gummy bears. Only Anthony Hopkins can do that. And you'd be like, I actually think this guy's not cheesy or anything. I just think he's out of his mind. Somewhere between that and yes, I do think the police would get involved at this point. There should be a high-speed chase now, but that doesn't happen. It goes a little overboard at a point because you feel like the movie just felt like it had to get moving, because what we have is a solid hour-long premise of must-see TV, but it's a half an hour longer than that, so we gotta get moving. And it kind of lost me a little bit at that point, but as a thriller, I'll say the movie's a solid time. No alcohol required. Caveat at matinee price. I think that's fair. Funny, I only saw one trailer for this movie. Trailers are weird now in movie theaters. Past 20 years, I'll say it's a 7 p.m. showing. It's been 20 minutes of ads, and then at 7 o'clock, then the trailers start for another 20 minutes, and your movie starts after that. But now the ads start before the start time of the movie, and run about 10 minutes after. Then the trailers start after that, but there's no real splice to say, hey, the 7 p.m. clock, the start time is now. My point bringing this up is somewhere before the actual movie trailers, wedged in between the M&M ads, that's when I saw a trailer for this movie, which means it had slightly more marketing than that Looney Tunes film I've only ever heard about from my comments section. All right, so Locked, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite movie that's smaller scale, limited cast, takes place in one location, maybe two? Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.